It was 2 days before Christmas, and the Great Celestial Toy Coil, a massive, star-powered engine that fueled the workshop, had ground to a screeching, frozen halt. Santa stood before his elite team, the Zodiac Elves. They weren't your average cobblers. These 12 possessed traits tied to the stars, and right now, those traits were clashing like a bag of hammers. The chaos at the Coil Ares was currently headbutting the frozen gears, convinced that sheer initiative would break the ice. Nearby, Leo was adjusting his hat in a reflective ornament, insisting that if they all just looked more inspired, the machine would naturally want to work again. It's a structural metaphor for our own internal blockages. Pisces sighed, drifting off into a daydream about a workshop made of clouds. It's actually a 4.2% deviation in thermal output, Virgo snapped, holding a clipboard and vibrating with stress. And Taurus is sitting on the emergency lever because it's comfortable.
I'm not sitting, Taurus grunted, not moving an inch. I am grounding the machine.
Santa's lesson, the finger and the moon. Santa let out a booming, belly-shaking laugh that echoed through the rafters. He stepped forward, his eyes twinkling with a familiar wisdom. "My friends, you are all focusing on the gears," Santa said, gesturing to the frozen engine. "You are like the man pointing a finger at the moon."
Focus on the finger, you miss all that.
He looked at them, his expression turning serious but kind. "You each have a physical gift and a psychological spark. But fortitude, true, good fortitude, isn't just about how hard you can push. It's about the strength to hold your place so someone else can reach higher." The Zodiac maneuver, Santa gave the signal. It was time for a little cosmic harmony. A psychological spark. Scorpio used their intense focus to read the machine, finding the exact point of the deepest ice, the secret heart of the problem. The physical might, Capricorn and Taurus took positions at the base. They didn't move, they became the unshakable foundation, holding the vibrating machine steady with a grit that only the earth signs could muster. The innovative flow, Aquarius suggested a wild idea. What if we don't melt the ice? What if we use Gemini's high-speed chatter to create ultrasonic vibrations? The execution. Gemini began reciting The Night Before Christmas at 400 words per minute. The air began to hum. Sagittarius, with perfect aim, threw heated cinnamon spice packets into the gaps Gemini's vibrations created. Cancer moved through the group, offering warm cocoa and emotional support cookies, ensuring nobody's fortitude wavered under the pressure. Libra stood in the center, orchestrating the timing, making sure the push and pull were perfectly balanced. The result, with a sound like a giant bell ringing, the ice shattered. The toy coil roared to life, glowing with a soft, golden light. The toys began to fly down the assembly line once more. The elves stood panting, messy and exhausted, but they were all grinning. Leo finally stopped looking in the ornament and gave Ares a high five.
"See," Santa whispered, leaning against the now warm machinery.
Individual stars are bright, but it's the constellation that tells the story. That is the power of working together. Fortitude is simply the heart's refusal to quit on your neighbor.